Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blayde again from Car Audio Security, and today we're looking at 3 Thinkware dash cams. Okay, so before we get into the video, I'm going to quickly go through what a dash camera is and why you would need one. Now, a dash camera essentially is recording whilst you are driving. Now, these particular ones will record also whilst you're parked, but I'll get into that in a second later. Now, the reason why you would need this is purely for your own and other people's safety. If you're recording whilst you're driving, if anything happens, it's on film, so you have proof of that. It's going to help you out with insurance claims, if anything happens to your car in terms of vandalism. So essentially, having a dash camera in your vehicle is just going to cover your back for any instance that you would need a video recording. Now, the cameras I have in front of me today are by the brand Thinkware. Now, Thinkware are a very large camera-based company. They only really do cameras and security equipment. A very, very popular choice in terms of what we would sell in the shop, what our staff members have in their vehicles. It's a very, very good brand and good price point as well. We sell tons of them, probably more than any other brand that we have in the shop here. So let's go through what we have. We've got the Thinkware F800 Pro, Q800 Pro, and the U1000. So we'll open up the boxes, show you the differences between them. We'll start off with the F800 Pro. Okay, so here we have the Thinkware F800 Pro. Now, this is a 2-channel camera. There is an option for 1 channel. So 2-channel meaning it has the front and the rear camera. That's probably my most popular option. That's why we're looking at that today. You can opt for just the front camera if you'd like to. Now, just to run through what comes in the box, other than the cameras, you have the wiring kit. Now, the wiring kit with this is not just a plug and play kind of cigarette lighter charger that you'd find in most other brands. This is a hardwire cable. Essentially what that means is you need to wire it to the fuse box of the vehicle or the battery of your vehicle. This allows parking mode, which I'll explain further in a second, but it's a beneficial part of the camera. So we'll go through that in a minute. So next you have the rear camera cable. So essentially this would just plug into the rear camera on the side here, plugs into there, and then goes into the front camera. So the front camera just takes information from the rear camera. There's no power directly to this essentially. It's roughly about 5 meters long enough for most vehicles to run to the back of the car. Next up, you have a set of 3M sticky back wire organizers. So it's just to keep your wires nice and organized if you're gonna have them on show. Majority of the time though, you can stick them into the cowlings and roof lining to hide them away. Next, you have the mounting bracket for the front camera. So this would be the part that sticks to your windscreen. And then this has basically little slide clips. I'll show you how that works in a second as well, but basically it allows you to stick this to the windscreen, but the camera can still be removable. You have a replacement sticky pad for that mount there. So it's just 3M sticky back pad. The camera comes with its own SD card. So it's a micro SD, 32 gigabyte for front and rear. It's a 16 gigabyte if you just have the front. And then it has the micro SD card reader in an SD card format. So basically micro SD, SD. Next you have the instruction manual, which shows you all the ins and outs of the camera, what it can do. If you get stuck with anything, not sure how it works, it's all going to be in this booklet. Next up, you have the mounting instructions. It's just going to show you roughly where is the best place to mount the camera. And then Thinkware cloud instructions and a way to scan the QR code to go into the cloud. So the cameras themselves, very slender looking. Essentially the camera would be mounted like this on the windscreen. You have an adjustable lens, so you can pivot it up or down. That's the fullest down point. Now, as I've said, this mounting bracket will slot into these points here. So when you have it up on the windscreen, you can detach it if need be. Just slide it to the right and it pops down. You can take it with you if you need to. You do have some controls on the face of it, your power options, Wi-Fi, format, and microphone, and then a select button in the middle. Your SD card goes in this slot here. Obviously it has to be in there to be recording. And then you have the main lens there. The rear camera is very simple, just basically a shrunken down version of this. You have your lens, it's still pivotable on here. You've got the 3M sticky tape on the back. So this is non-removable in as such that this can be removed and put back on. Once this is removed, obviously the sticky pad needs to be replaced. And then you have connection for your wire on the side. Okay, so let's get into the specs of the F800 Pro. So the image quality of the camera is 1080p front and rear. This is all hardwired to the battery using this, and this will activate parking mode, as I've said earlier. Now, parking mode allows the camera to act like a sentry. Let's say you park your car in a multi-story car park, for instance, and you leave it there for a couple of days, and there's some movement around the vehicle with someone snooping around looking at the car. If there is any movement, the camera will start recording. If there's no movement, the camera goes to sleep. So it works in benefit for you. If there's any movement near your vehicle and you want to see what's going on, you can see that. Obviously, you have to come back to the vehicle and view it on your phone app, which again, I'll go to in a second. You have the phone app, you can view all the footage and go from there. The camera will also give you warning alerts, so it actually speaks to you. So it will tell you what you need to do in terms of connecting it up. You have the options to have speed camera warnings, collision warnings, lane departure warnings. All of these things can be spoken to you through the camera. So it has its own little voice, basically. So very, very intelligent. It will hard save any hard impact, so anything over, I believe, 1.5 Gs. It will hard save that, and any other footage that's not hard saved, it will rewrite. So you don't have to keep emptying the SD card. It will auto rewrite any unsaved or unimportant footage. Anything you want to save that doesn't think it's important, you can save it directly to your phone or directly to the SIM card itself. Now, in terms of the app that you would use to view the footage, this is not something that's going to give you a notification if anyone comes near the vehicle, purely for the fact that you would have to use a subscription basis for that. Now, you have the cloud, which allows you to view any footage that has been recorded on the camera from anywhere in the world. Basically, it just goes straight to the cloud and you can view it, but you'll have to set up an account for that. In terms of viewing the footage that was on the SD card when the vehicle's parked up, you'd go back to the car, you'd pair your phone to the Wi-Fi of the device, open up the app, and it will show you all of the footage that's been recorded. Now, this will record audio and video, so if there's any bad language going on around, you can hear that as well. So yeah, that's the main basis of the app. So let's get on to the next camera. Now, here we have the Q800 Pro. Now, you'll notice I've not got all the accessories out on the table. Reason for that is, I'll be honest, they're exactly the same. The only difference is going to be the actual camera itself. The main difference you'll find in the Q800 to the F800 is image quality. It uses the same app, it uses the same accessories. The main difference is, like I said, the camera and the instruction manual. That's about it. The camera records in 2K in the front and 1080p in the rear. So you're going up a step in quality, but only in the front camera. This also comes with the same SD card, a 32GB. Now, you do have the option to upgrade the SD card. You do have to purchase a Thinkware verified one, however, because if you just go out and buy a normal, let's say SanDisk one, for instance, the image will most likely be corrupt when you come back to view it, because it's not licensed by Thinkware. So just bear that in mind. We do sell the additional SD cards if you'd like a bigger size. Just give us a call and we can get you a price for those. Now, one other thing I thought I'd mention, it may not make too much of a difference to most people, but anyone that knows their cameras will enjoy this feature. Now, they've realized on the F800 that in some cases they were getting a lot of glare back from the windscreen. Not even just sun glare, just reflection on the windscreen, which is obviously not very good. Now, what they've done in the Q800 is they've included a CPL or polarizing filter. So it's a tiny little lens cap, essentially, that pops over the front camera there. And what that will do is stop any reflections or glare off of the front windscreen, which is fantastic for better quality, essentially. Now, if you do need to purchase this separately for whatever reason, we don't personally stock it, but you can purchase it from the Thinkware website directly, or we can order it in for you, however works best. So on to the last camera. Now onto the last camera. This is the U1000 2-channel. So this being the kind of big daddy of the Thinkware cameras at the moment, this one is 4K image quality in the front and 2K image quality in the back. So again, another step up. So highest picture quality available at the moment from a camera in a slightly different package size. So as you can see, it being a larger lens and more resolution, it's a bit of a different package. So rather than being that way, it's this way. Still very sleek, very untoward. You'd never really notice it walking past the vehicle. Obviously it's going to be stuck like that on the windscreen. The rear camera looks almost exactly the same to the others. Tiny little thing, but still 2K image quality from that, so very good. Other differences are the mounting bracket. It's just a slightly different shape basically. It's going to mount this way. And then you have a 64 gigabyte SD card, again upgradable to 128 gigabyte if you really want to, but I'll be honest, this is probably more than enough. And then the instruction manual. Now the other benefit of this camera is this has super night vision. So the F800 and Q800 have good night vision, but this being extra pixels is going to give you super night vision is what they call it. So it's basically better in low light, better sensor in the lens. So it's going to be a lot more beneficial to people that drive quite a lot at night time, or in the UK like right now it's about, what time is it, 3 o'clock? It's almost getting dark already. So majority of the time we're driving in the dark, so something like this is quite good. So going on to the actual physical differences on the camera, again, sizing is a bit different. The button locations are different also. So you have the same buttons, but they're laid out differently. So you have your power, your Wi-Fi, your microphone and record button there. The lights are going to come up here and show you whether it's connected or not. You have your SD card input here, and then the reset and mic button there. And then this side is where all your connections go. So your rear camera output, your power. So you can actually add on a radar as part of this. So that essentially improves the responsiveness and the quality of your parking mode sensitivity. So you can add a radar part onto here, which sticks just next to the camera, about here basically. And it's obviously a radar sensor that if the radar is blocked and it moves, it will start the parking mode. So that's very good also. So in conclusion, the Thinkware dashcam range, quite a wide range of options. There is more than this, but these are our top 3 most popular ones that we would sell. Now we have obviously the F800, the Q800 and the U1000. Just to reiterate, all 3 of these have the parking mode, the lane departure warning, speed camera warning. All 3 of them have the G sensor built in. So fantastic cameras. Just to run through pricing quickly for you, the F800 2-channel is at $259, the Q800 2-channel is at $309, and the U1000 2-channel is at $399. So for the price point that these are all set at, I think obviously there's a difference of £50 between these two and £90 between these two. I think the best value for money personally is going to be the Q800, the middle ground. I don't think you would really need the 4K that often. Probably if you're kind of a constant nighttime driver, that might be a benefit to you because of the night vision. But this still has very good night vision, very good picture quality, does everything the others can do. So this will be my choice, I think. Now, as I've said, we have these in multiple vehicles in our fleet, other iterations of them, older versions, some other versions as well. So we'll try and pop some little snippets of that in there for you. But yeah, these are very, very popular. One of our best-selling dash cams, sorry, our best-selling branded dash cams, full stop. So I hope you'd like the video. If you'd like to see any more information on the cameras, make sure you check out our website, carrodysecurity.com. You'll have all the information there. If you'd like any more videos on kind of more techie products like this, just drop a comment. We'll try and get some more out. That's it from me. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.